Good morning, guys. It's a great morning, and guess what today is? Today is my birthday. And just want to say thank you very much to all the birthday wishes that everybody has sent. It really means a lot, and I'm just so happy to be alive, and just thinking about in the whole scheme of things, I'm actually very young compared to times of old, I guess. Anyways, Teresa, my lovely, beautiful wife, actually went through my Amazon wish list and got me some things, actually some things for the van, and she's gonna, after work today, going to take me out to dinner, and so I'm so thankful for her. But yeah, let me show you what actually some of the things she got me for the van here. All right, well, one of the things that was on my list was this LED light. It's motion activated and light sensitive. So it's a little light bar that we can attach anywhere. That's cool. And let's see here. Oh, magnetic spice containers. So we can actually stick them to places on the van near the cooking area. So that's cool. I like the fact that they're square and silver. That'll match really nicely. Also, she got me this temperature thermometer thing for the van, and it actually has 3 of these sensors as well. So in actuality, with the device itself and the 3 sensors, it will monitor 4 zones. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to have the zoned for monitoring the van interior temperature, exterior temperature, and then probably also put one of these in the refrigerator so we can monitor the temperature inside the refrigerator. And then she got me a little backup camera for the van. I'm going to mount that to the back, and that's going to come in real handy because yesterday I actually backed into a brick wall. I didn't do much damage, but it was just it's always a little dicey sometimes backing up that big van. And then this little, what would you call it? It's not a switcher, distributor maybe. So what happens here is actually the camera plugs into one of these inputs of this, and you got, I think, total of 4 different inputs, and then you can output it to a television. So you actually you'll have a quad view that you can see all the cameras on a television monitor, and then we can output another one to a little screen that we'll have up front just for the backup monitor. So yeah, so those are some great little items for the van, and I'm looking forward to putting those in. So yeah, looking forward to today being a great day, and in fact, I'm probably going to bring you guys along with me today to work. I'm going to be editing Christian Music Countdown, one of the shows we produce, and maybe just show you guys how I edit, maybe give you some tips if you're interested in editing tips and stuff like that. So anyways, yeah, hang out with me today and join me on my birthday. All right, let's go. Here at work, and guess what just arrived? Edible arrangements. And I've already eaten a couple. Doesn't that look good? They're like chocolate covered pieces of fruit, like chocolate covered banana, chocolate covered apple slices, and chocolate covered strawberries. And I've already had a couple. This is for my wife, my lovely wife. Thank you, baby. It was so nice. Yeah, so I'm on a little sugar high right now. All right, guys, so what I'm going to do now is just kind of show you a little bit about how I edit Christian Music Countdown. We shot it yesterday, and so what we do is first thing is actually import the footage into the project. And what I do is I actually take a previous project and just kind of duplicate it and use it as a template for the current project. And so one of the things that makes Adobe Premiere Pro really great is the fact that you can do offline editing or proxy editing. So, and the reason why that's important is all the footage that we shot the other day, it was all on 4K cameras. And so 4K is huge file sizes, and my computer is actually 2012. So it's an older computer, but I'm able to get away with editing 4K footage by using the proxy settings. And what that does is basically Adobe Premiere will create low-res version files of all your footage. You edit with that, and then when you output, it outputs the high-res files. And I have it set to automatically do it, and the way you do that is if you go up here to File, Project Settings, Ingest Settings, you will see here that ingest is checked. And you create an ingest setting in Adobe Media Encoder, and once you've created that setting, you can then create proxies with that setting. And so now the way I have it set right now is any footage that gets imported into my project, it automatically ingests to that setting. And so what happens is when I drag footage into the project, it automatically sends workflows to Adobe Media Encoder to create proxies. And then once the proxies are created, it'll actually attach them to the real files here in the project. And then what you also want to do is here you can see in our button editor, we want to make sure we have this toggle proxies down there in our toolbar there, which it is. And when it's on, that basically means that now when you're editing with the proxies, which is much easier, less taxing on the computer. And then to make it even less taxing, then I move my resolution to 1/4. So I'm now editing low-res files at 1/4 the resolution. So it definitely my computer should be able to handle it. And it does. All right, so once I've captured all the footage, brought all that footage into Adobe Premiere, then what I would need to do is basically create a multicam sequence. And so because I've put everything in this footage, I'll open this up wider here. This is all the footage. Let that save. This is all the footage from the shoot. And so what I do is I select all the footage files and I select all the audio files, and then I'll just select a couple here just so you can see. Then I right click on it and create a multi-camera source sequence. And once I do that, it creates a sequence that, and this is the sequence it created. It'll put all those files though on different tracks. So you actually have to move all the cameras on a single track. And then, so each of these tracks is a different camera. And then I have the audio here, and then this is the main audio from the audio recorder, the Zoom that we recorded, and then these are the audios that are attached to the video files. And it syncs it all up, it does everything, and it creates that multicam you can see there. And what we do then is we right click on that multicam and we create a new sequence from that clip, and that creates this sequence right here, okay, which you can see I've already chopped up. And what I did is I actually put all the correct segments on the correct takes on track 2. So let's listen here real quick.
Welcome to Christian Music Countdown.
Okay, so that's her first segment, the correct take. So I put all those on track 2 up here. And then what I do is as I'm listening, I'll throw the bloopers on track 3 for potential use at the end of the show. All right. All right. So we have the multicam. Just to refresh here, we've got the multicam sequence. We've got or I should say multicam. I'm not sure what the terms of this are, the correct terms of it. I just call this the multicam, which has all the cameras on different tracks. And then I call the multicam sequence the one that has all the cameras inside the clip. So, for instance, if we want to see all the clips that are inside this file, we basically have to turn on over here multicam view. All right, and that actually shows us all the different cameras. Okay, and that'll become even more apparent as we move into the next segment here. All right, okay, multicam, all the cameras, multicam sequence, all the cameras combined into one clip, and then we have the template. This is the template of the last show. So it has the open, and then it has graphics from the last show. Okay, and I actually already renamed this graphic, the guest graphic, to the correct name, Jamie Anderson. All right, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to just move through, and I'm going to show you how I edit one of these segments. And basically, it's just doing what I'm about to show you is just doing it basically 5 times for the continuation of the show. So we're going to copy this first correct take and copy that, and we're going to come over here into the actual show template, and we're going to paste it in here. All right, and we're just going to zoom in here. We're going to actually add a transition just so it comes in smoothly. And we're just gonna, let me just play the open for you too. Maybe you can see that here so you can just kind of get a feel.
Welcome to Christian Music Countdown.
Okay, so that came in. It came in nice. Welcome to Christian Music Countdown. And you can see
Welcome to Christian Music Countdown, where every week we count down the top 5 best worship videos.
Name
of the
graphic.
Week. I'm here today with my co-host Jamie Anderson.
What's up?
Jamie, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so my wife and I are the worship pastors at Liberty.
Okay, so right now you can see it says MC4 on this clip. So we're basically viewing camera 4. So we want to, first of all, we want to change up the camera angles. So we want to do is come over here to toggle multi-camera view, turn that on, and that shows us all 4 cameras at the same time. And what we do now is we play the timeline, and as the timeline is playing, we will click on the different cameras. So you can see here that I can click on, even when it's still, I can click on the different cameras and it changes the view. So I know we're going to start with the 2-shot. So I'm going to stay on the 2-shot over here. And then we're going to come back to the timeline. We're going to play it. And then we're just going to go and click on each camera as we think we need it. Okay, here we go.
Christian Music Countdown, where every week we count down the top 5 best worship videos of the week. I'm here today with my co-host Jamie Anderson.
What's up?
Jamie, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so my wife and I are the worship pastors at Liberty Church, the Gulf Breeze campus, and we have been leading worship for about 20 years together, and I love it because we bring strength to each other in the midst of it. And of course, she's my best friend, so why not worship with her, right? So, the song I picked, number 5.
Yes, tell us about your number 5.
This one was really important to us. It's called Giving Faith from Elevation Worship, and it featured Chris Brown. And at the time,
okay, so we're just
and I think we introduced it to our
kind of doing a rough edit here.
some really difficult things in their lives, and we just couldn't walk away from what the lyrics spoke and even just the overall message about faith.
Okay, I know we're getting close to the end here, so I'm going to go back to the 2-shot.
Incredibly powerful. So,
That's awesome.
All right, so as you can see that that timeline now has edit points on track 1, and these edit points are the different camera shots that have been created when we did the multi-camera view. And so what we're going to do now is just kind of look through and make sure that the shots line up with what we want to achieve, and maybe even adjust them a little bit.
I'm here today with my co-host Jamie Anderson.
Okay, so we need to move this, because right now it says Brianna Riddell underneath him. We just going to roll this edit. Let's just roll the video. So the edit point happens at the name graphic change.
Church, the Gulf Breeze campus, and we have been leading worship for about 20 years together, and I love it because we bring strengths to each other, and of course she's my best friend, so why not worship with her, right? So the song I picked, number 5.
Yes, tell us about your number 5.
This one was really important to us. It's called Giving.
Okay, it's looking good so far.
And it featured Chris Brown. And at the time that we heard it, and I think we introduced it to our church.
I think coming up we had an issue here. Well, let's see.
Difficult things in their lives, and we just couldn't walk away from what the lyrics spoke.
Looks good. Looks good.
Message about faith and how it's something that God gives us. And of course, we have it, but what?
Okay, you see here we got this Facebook Live camera here coming in the shot. So what I want to do is I want to actually go back to the 2 shots. So I'm going to roll that edit using the R key, which is roll. So it goes to the 2 shot sooner.
That's awesome. Well, let's check it out. Give Me Faith by Elevation Worship.
Okay, good. So that all looks good, and you can see here this is the background music, and it's actually lined up right. And the next thing we want to do is we want to actually find the song, and I'm given a sheet with all the information on it, the songs and the graphic information. So we know the first song is called Give Me Faith by Elevation Worship. So I'm going to actually, and I've already pulled these songs into the project. I'm going to come up here, find that song, Give Me Faith, double click it, loads it into the viewer, and in my on my paperwork I see that they want the song to start at 18 seconds. So 18.0, enter, mark an endpoint, and then we want to end at 458.0, and then mark an out point, O for out, or you can click there. And then what I'm going to do is zoom out the timeline just a little bit, and then drag this song right down here on track 1. Zoom in here. This little transition bumper thing, we're going to move that over just a little. Well, actually, let's listen to it here real quick.
Give Me Faith by Elevation Worship.
Okay, so actually it probably needs to be back here. Trim this up, and then move this. I'm going to add a transition at the very beginning. Move that up. Okay, so the song's on the right track. You can see that it's really too loud. The volume. We're up here in the red. So we need to lower that volume. There's a variety of ways you can do it. You could use a compressor, like something like single band compressor. You can actually go up here and go into your effect controls and lower the volume here. Or you can hit, you can right click and adjust the audio gain. And sometimes I've been doing this more recently, adjusting audio gain right here, just because it's quick and easy. And so let's just do that for this one. Let's just say it's too loud, so let's just say -6, and let's watch it, play it and listen. Still too loud. -12. That's better. All right, let's go even more. Let's just say -14.
Okay, I think that's good right there, minus 14. So our music now is at the right level. What we now need to do is we need to change up the information graphic, the song name, album, and all that stuff. So we're going to double click this title, and we're actually just going to copy this title, and we're going to name it Give Me Faith. I'm actually going to select it and copy it. All right, and so you can see over here it created the Give Me Faith graphic, and actually I had already gone in and done this, and then I went back and started recording this instructional video. So this was actually titled the title of the first song of the last show. So what I actually had to do is I went in, I selected the correct title, Give Me Faith, and right click on it, and then replace clip from bin, and then that gives us the Give Me Faith. And so you can see I actually had already changed the information, Give Me Faith, elevation worship, and I'm not sure actually the information that I have is incorrect, so I still need to find the correct album and label. I don't have that information yet, but there we go. Give Me Faith, it's on the screen now, and then we just space out these pre-designed connect and chat, Facebook, and then there should be another one. Those are 2 Facebook ones. I think there's another one. Connect. You're watching. Okay, that actually needs to be over there. So we're going to copy that. Or actually, we're just going to hold Option and drag it over. That way we have, delete that one. We have 1 connect and chat, and then we have 1 you're watching. Okay, and then the song title pops up again right towards the end of the song. You can see that this one actually hasn't been changed. It has the name of the first song of the last show. So I go over here and make sure that's selected, Give Me Faith, and do the exact same thing. Right click, replace clip from bin, replace it, and you can see here now it's got Give Me Faith. And then we come back out here. Imagine this is not here. That should. I actually have gone back and started from the beginning to show you guys what I was doing. Now I'm going to hit T for all tracks this way, Z for zoom in. Then I'm going to move this little bumper so it happens at the end of the song. And then I'm going to transition the song so it kind of goes out. And then it's basically doing that same thing over and over again. I'll come back here, select the second correct take, copy, come to the final timeline, and then paste it in here, zoom back in, add a little transition at the front end so it comes in smooth.
That was Give Me Faith by Elevation Worship, a strong...
Okay, so that kind of gives you an idea, and I just repeat that over and over again until we get to the ending credits. So hopefully that kind of gives you a little bit idea of how editing happens, and some tips. One real important thing is use keyboard shortcuts. Those will save you a lot of time. So I hope that helps you. And thanks for watching, and stay tuned. Who knows what's going to happen for the rest of the day. All right, thanks.
you so much for watching. Jamie, thank you so much for being with us.
But thanks for having me. I appreciate the opportunity because my heart is very much that worship is a place where we find our purpose. We go into His presence and He reveals His purpose for us. And I think these songs, there's tons of them out there, but these are ones that just speak to us right now, so I wanted to share them with you and all of the viewers. So thanks for letting me.
Thank you. Yes. Until next time, keep worshiping. All right, let's do it again. Segment 5, take 3.
All right, guys. Well, I just got through finishing Christian Music Countdown, and I am actually going to head on out and go to my birthday dinner. So I'm going to call it a night tonight. So you guys have a great one, and we'll talk to you later. All right, thanks. Bye.